Hello, BookTube. I recently read JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7 Still Ball Run Volume 6 by Hirohiko Araki. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is a long-running manga series. It started in the 1980s and is approaching its 40th year if it has not yet exceeded 40 years. Each part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is a manga series on its own, telling one storyline featuring assorted members of the extended Joestar family. The first six parts constitute one timeline. Starting with part 7, a new timeline has started. So, Still Ball Run is about a cross-country horse race starting in San Diego, California, and culminating in New York City, New York. The main character is a former jockey named Johnny Joestar, who was a big name in racing circles for a few years before an incident rendered him paralyzed from the waist down. At the beginning of the series, he meets a mysterious Neapolitan named Jairo Zappelli, the cover model for this volume. Johnny is this young man here. And in Johnny's first encounter with Jairo, Jairo uses a pair of steel balls with a significant spin that can imbue the targets of these balls with certain things, either taking damage or, in Johnny's case, giving him temporarily the ability to stand again. Johnny, wanting to learn more about these balls, joins the race and teams up with Jairo. Over the course of the race, the duo both encounter opponents to the Neapolitan monarchy, as well as stumble upon the true meaning for the race. Scattered throughout the course are relics of an unknown saint. That's heavily implied, although I'm assuming at some point they will come out and say it's Jesus' corpse. And these corpse parts or relics can imbue the locations where they're located at with special properties, as well as contact with the corpse or these areas with superhuman abilities called stands, which is a hallmark of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So, while Jairo has a specific reason for joining the race and trying to win it, Johnny's attention quickly shifts to collecting the corpse parts and figuring out what's going on. It is gradually revealed that collecting these corpse parts is the true purpose of the race, instigated by the President of the United States, Funny Valentine, the 23rd president, if you're curious. A number of individuals, stand users, are working for the president to help him collect these corpse parts, and some of the rival racers also develop stands of their own, and some joining the president to hinder Johnny and Jairo, and some come to aid Johnny and Jairo. So let's talk about this physical book first before I talk about the volume itself or the content of the volume. So I don't know if JoJo's Bizarre Adventure ever had a paperback volume release, like most manga do. But over the last few years, Viz has been releasing like a volume and a half volumes in these hardcover editions, which features a cover model and then some artwork on the back. The first page is in color. And then the story or the contents, and then there's some comments in the back. So, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure started off as a shonen series, which is a manga genre or age demographic genre aimed at teenage boys. So think middle grade and young adult. And the series was released weekly. However, over time, this has changed. With the sixth part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the series transitioned into a seinen demographic, which is for older young men and adult men. So new adult to just adult. And with a still ball run, partway through the run, the series transitions from a weekly series to a monthly series. And the chapters subsequently get longer because of that. So while the earlier volumes would have about not quite 16 chapters in each volume, this particular volume has 6 chapters, and the chapters are really long. So this volume in particular has so the beginning 2 chapters concludes a storyline that started in volume 5, where Johnny and Gyro have been pressed by an enemy stand user to the point of desperation. And at the end of volume 5, Gyro is trying to take what little time they have left to teach Johnny a new technique based on Gyro's ball spin, but that Johnny can kind of transfer to his stand ability. So over the course of the series, Johnny has developed a stand ability where he can spin his fingernails and flick them like bullets. And so the first 2 chapters of this volume feature Gyro trying to teach Johnny how to utilize this technique to its most effectiveness by utilizing the golden mean or the golden ratio. And eventually Johnny figures it out and defeats the stand user who was attacking them. The reveal was shocking because that particular character had been portrayed as a more heroic, if neutral, figure for the earlier chapters. The middle 3 chapters tells one storyline where Johnny and Gyro come upon a tree where a group of the corpse parts are located. And this tree has developed a stand of its own where if you drop something into a pool, 2 items come out. The item that you dropped, but also a much better item, a more valuable item. And the guardian of the tree gives the dropper the option, asks the question, Is this thing that you dropped what you dropped, or is the better thing the thing that you dropped? If you answer the better thing, well, the tree will kill you. If you answer correctly, the tree will give you what you dropped as well as the better thing. However, if you don't spend or get rid of the better item by sunset, you become part of the tree and are part of the line of the tree's guardians. Also, another enemy stand user is tracking Johnny and Gyro. So Johnny and Gyro both have to avoid this enemy stand user as well as figure out a way to get rid of a lot of money. As well as, annoyingly, the corpse parts. And so that's a really good storyline. I really liked those 3 chapters. And then the volume ends with the beginning chapter of a new storyline. And the focus is shifted to Lucy Still, who is this young girl here. She has gotten involved with Johnny and Gyro because she accidentally overheard the president talking about his the true purpose of the Still Ball Run race. And the president is subsequently after her. However, Johnny and Gyro have unhelpfully tasked Lucy with stealing the president's corpse part. And so this chapter sets up the president trying to find her and her trying to get close to the president. And wonder where things are going to go from there. So one thing that I noticed, and one thing that I did want to comment on, was some of the differences in history that take place in this series. So, obviously, there was no United States president named Funny Valentine. He replaces Benjamin Harrison as the 23rd president of the United States. Also, in this timeline, it seems that the Kingdom of Italy never formed. It is mentioned that Gyro is from the Kingdom of Naples, which in 1816 merged with Sicily again to form the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies, and then was itself dissolved in 1861 when the Kingdom of Sardinia completed its unification of Italy to form the Kingdom of Italy. So, just if you're curious. Anyway, so I, on the whole, really enjoyed this volume, particularly the 3 chapters in the middle, and I'm curious to see where the series goes from here. Now, normally I would be pairing my review of Still Ball Run with the other manga releases from March that I have collected. However, so what I do, excuse me, is every month I put in a pre-order for the following month's forthcoming volumes of manga in the series that I actively follow, and debut volumes of series that I would like to try out. I put in this pre-order with Book People, the great bookstore in Austin, Texas. Book People, over the course of the month, will collect the volumes as they come in and hold them until the final volumes of my order arrive. And then Book People will ship the whole order to me. And depending when the final volumes of that order come in, sometimes, rarely, I will get the monthly manga haul at the end of the month that they come in. Typically, though, they will come in the first or second week of the following month. So So by Friday, I had not received an email from Book People saying that my March pre-order from them has shipped. So I decided on Sunday to read Volume 6 of Still Ball Run. However, about an hour after I finished Volume 6, I got an email from Book People saying that my manga pre-order has shipped. So I'm expecting this shipment to come in either very late this week or more likely sometime next week. And then I will find the time to read those 3 volumes one day during the work week. Or maybe during the weekend if I have time. I'm going to focus for April to spending the weekends reading novels. But we'll see how that works out. Now with like Still Ball Run and more expensive volumes, I will probably order them separately so I can try to get a deal either on shipping and handling or the item itself. So anyway, BookTube, that was my thoughts on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 7, Still Ball Run, Volume 6 by Hirohiko Araki. Thank you, BookTube, and have a great rest of your day.